Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Butterfly Effect podcast. We are back doing our Until Dawn top 8 character ranks. On Monday we had my one, and now today we are joined again by our lovely Anya. Hello, Anya.
Hello, Liam.
And I hear that you've prepared a list for us.
Yeah, very last minute. I pulled up the opinions I wrote on my freaking wiki profile years ago. But some of them, it still stands for the most part. So we'll roll with it.
Okay, awesome. I mean, this should be a good list here. I've not seen it. I don't really know what you're going to say. So this is going to be completely fresh for me.
Yeah, I don't know either. So
there we go. I have a feeling that it's going to be very different to what my list was, because we've always sort of debated about which are the best characters. Like, for example, I like Mike, you like Emily. This is going to be a really interesting list. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
I suppose. In last place, I have the very controversial take, I think, of Mike. And it's not that I hate him. I don't actually hate any of these characters. At least not anymore. Like, I used to, hate him. But, I don't know, now I'm just kind of neutral on him. He's, very attractive. Gets the best wolf partner. He's only, really the worst kind of person in the beginning. But I kind of found that character more interesting than just the male hero position with the gun that he ends up growing into. I like how he originally started more, even if it was he was kind of a prick. He can save my girl's life, so he gets some bonus points for that, but then he can also shoot my other girl in the face, so he loses points for that. I find most of his segments kind of boring as well, so I just kind of have him at the bottom. Also potentially might be controversial is Josh. Like I said, I also don't hate him at all. I don't dislike him. I think the others I would just like more. I never know where to place them, when it comes to in the middle. I love Rami Malek. He really made the character entertaining, and easy to empathize with, or sympathize. Anyways, it's hard to not feel bad for him, just because of all that he's gone through. I get why he wanted to do what he did. Could have gotten the point across without traumatizing all his best friends. And to say that, oh, Josh did nothing wrong. Not really true. He did do some wrong things, but he still deserved to have a good ending instead of the crap that he got. Number 6, I have Chris. Chris is alright. I used to love him. He was actually in my top 2. And I also did a playthrough where I just saved Jess, M, and Chris because I liked him so much at the time. But now he just doesn't do anything for me anymore. He can be cute. I like the geeky type. But I don't know. He's just kind of doing his thing with Ashley the whole time. He's just... I don't know. I don't want to say he's not interesting, because he is. He's more likable to me than Chris and Josh most of the time. And I still feel really bad for getting him killed that first time, because he was the only one. But I don't know. I have not as much love for him as I used to, and I don't really know why. I had a hard time deciding who I wanted to put here between Matt and Sam, but I decided on Sam. She's pretty much made to be liked, and that's fine. It works. I love Hayden Panettiere. I love how she's a sweetheart, but also tough as hell. She's rock climbing all night and her hair is still on point. Insane towel wrapping skills. The only issue I have with her really is she doesn't really try hard enough to stop things from happening, like the safe room scene. Like, she does try and calm them down, but I don't know. Like, there was more she could have done. And she, like, not that it's an issue, but she doesn't really do any wrong, except for spend a little too much time in the bath. And I like when my characters have flaws. So, I don't know. I do like her, though. It's nice how she, like, instantly just goes in, like, ready to kick some ass. So. Number 4, I have Matt. And then, you know, probably next week it'll be that I wanted to put Sam 4th and Matt 5th. But, because he's also one I flip-flop on a lot. He's cute. I will say he's a little bit boring. Has no, like, big personality aside from what you give him. But I don't know. Like, I think because we see so little of him, I'll say the same thing about Jess, but like, because we see so little of him, it almost makes me, like, want to love him more. Because I'm like, oh, think of all we could have had. He could have been such a great character. He has so much potential. I don't know. I just think that he's such a sweetheart, you know? Or at least he can be. I don't like when he's all, like, macho or trying to be against Mike. It's just like, there's nothing wrong with just being, like, a little softy. Not everyone has to be a big, tough, badass guy, even though I'm sure Matt wants to be seen that way. And then, number 3, I have Ashley. And she's probably the biggest character opinion change I've had. She used to be the only one that I, like, hated. And I think because, like, all of the hate that she gets now, like, it just kind of made me want to like her out of spite, and then I ended up actually really, really enjoying her. And in the beginning, it was just like, who just leaves someone to die? What a bitch. But then I realized over time that she's not the only one who can do that. And that's what I like about her. Oh yeah, like, in my playthrough, she had no reason to hate Chris. So I really didn't have any reason to hate her except because she's screaming all the time. But fair, I would probably be the same way. And I really like the depth and complexity, because it's unexpected in a character like her. You expect her to be all shy and sweet, you know? But then she has that bit of a dark side. And I love that. Number 2, I have Emily. And she's such a frickin' fighter. Like, I know this is also an unpopular opinion, because everybody wants to shit on her. Like, any chance they get, purposefully kill her, which I think is frickin' crazy for a teenage girl in a video game.
Yeah, I shot her in the face.
But I think she's a beautiful, badass bitch and takes no shit from anyone. And she's who I wish I could be in horror situations, even though I'm probably more like an Ashley. Because she's quick thinking and resourceful, and I've always liked her. She's adding, like, a lot of entertainment, I think, throughout the game. Same with Jess. They're both just kind of like, they got those lines where you're like, okay, a bit high school girl, but it gets a giggle out of me. And I like when she gets the chance to be on her own, show that she can get shit done. And I like how her character is able to go a little bit deeper. If you really, like, take a step back and look at her and what she's going through, like, I mean, her best friend and her ex-boyfriend fucking backstabbed her. She's on the rebound. She's going through it. If you pick her as your least favorite in the Dr. Hill thing, he's like, well, maybe confidence can be, or overconfidence is a manifestation of, like, a lack of confidence. so she's probably really insecure too. So, I don't know. I adore her. And then number 1, I have my girl Jessica, and I don't even know what it is that makes me love her so much, but I had an affinity for her since like the very beginning. Like, maybe it's the braids, like I love braids. It reminds me of like when I did gymnastics and dance and stuff. And like, I don't know, I just kind of fell in love with her. She's so fun. She'd be really fun to hang out with, I think, as long as she's not stealing your man. And like, yeah, she has made mistakes, but she can and does show growth over it. And she's really cute and funny, and has the kind of positivity and confidence that I do admire, but I also like that underneath she is insecure as well, because I think that's relatable for a lot of people, girls especially, who think they have to put up a front and be like this fun, beautiful, confident girl. Yeah, she had a lot of potential, and it sucks that she didn't get any more than what she got, because we deserved more of her, I think. But I think that underutilization makes me like want to love her more. Like same with Matt, like just that longing to want to see more of them. I'm like, okay, maybe I do really, really like them. So yeah, I think that's about it. As soon as it comes out, I'm gonna be like, no, wait, I should have said this instead.
It's the same for me. I'm disagreeing a lot with my list already, but you know, like we say, it's always going to be one of those things that fluctuates. But no, very interesting list, Anya. I see, for example, the person who you stuck last is third for me, and then the person I stuck in the bottom 2 are like second and fourth for you. Yet we have the same favorite, so there's a lot of similarities, a lot of differences, but it shows how interesting the game is, because there's just such a wide variety of characters and they really divide opinions. And I've seen so many people have different favorites. You've got fan pages for each of them, and fans will stick to the death by which one their favorites are. And you know,
yeah.
But yeah, so cheers for coming on, Anya.
Cheers for having me.
Always a pleasure. So just, yeah, in the comments, let us know, guys, who did the list better. Was it Anya? Was it me? And then obviously stick around for, you know, later this week where Jack will do his list. And yeah, you'll get to see who is more relatable to you guys.
They're gonna tear me apart. I have Mike last.
Oh, don't worry. I feel like they're going to tear me apart. I put Emily in 7. And I know there's some Matt fans out there. He was your top guy. He was my bottom, everyone. So, yeah, I'm going to get slaughtered. But, yeah, cheers, guys. Feel free to comment, like, all that jazz. And we'll see you in the next one for the Jack's list. So, yeah, bye, guys.
Bye-bye.